Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Si. Welcome to Business in a Brew, a podcast dedicated to all things business with the occasional cuppa.
We take a business story, theory, or something we just want to chat about and give it a dusting of our own special personality and sense of humour, combined with our experience and knowledge. We're both business graduates and have run our own businesses for many years. We can't wait for you to listen. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm going to say good morning because I'm going to talk to you about cereal, and it feels like a morning thing.
Right.
I'm going to talk to you about Mr. Kellogg's.
Is it Mr. Kellogg or Mr. Kellogg's?
Kellogg. Kellogg. But it's Mr. Kellogg owns some cereal, so it's apostrophe S. It's the cereal that belongs to Mr. Kellogg. So I'm going to tell you how the first Kellogg cereal, which was the cornflake, was invented. So the story goes, not verified because no one was around at this time that's still alive now, in 1894, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg and his brother Will Keith Kellogg were experimenting with food for patients at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. So upper-class health spa for the rich and unwell. And it had an ethos of like strict vegetarianism, and it was very Seventh-day Adventist in its beliefs, quite strict, quite stringent. John Harvey Kellogg was a believer in the alternative therapies at the time, which were quite unusual. So he believed in colonic irrigation, it's way more mainstream now, electrotherapy, and yogurt enemas. Yogurt.
Wow.
I mean, it does contain live cultures.
Did he just enjoy
Probably. Yeah, quite probably. I love the fact that no one else can see your hand movement there, but you can all just assume. It amused me because I read this thing that said he ran the sanitarium like a culty wellness retreat. No alcohol, no meat, no caffeine, and definitely no sex, even within marriage.
But lots of yogurt.
Lots of yogurt. He genuinely believed that masturbation caused illness. He tried to prevent it with various medical interventions, including circumcision and, quite horrifically, burning the clitoris with carbolic acid.
Oh, crikey. Wow.
So, like, his entire life was dedicated to essentially making people less horny, so cereal should make you less horny.
But using Machiavellian techniques.
Apparently so.
Wow.
Anyway, that carbolic acid's got nothing to do with cornflakes. What they were trying to do was create a bland, easily digestible bread substitute that aligned with their beliefs that spicy or rich food caused impure thoughts and moral decay. It's probably why you like a curry so much.
I was going to say, there's nothing I like more after I've had a curry.
Some good spicy food and some immoral thoughts. So one day they accidentally left a batch of their boiled wheat, which sounds super tasty, sitting out. And when they ran it through the rollers, it flaked rather than forming a dough. They baked the flakes for some random reason, serving them, and the patients loved them. Cornflakes.
Amazing.
So later, Will Keith Kellogg tried the same method using corn instead of wheat, and essentially cornflakes were born. The birth of cornflakes.
That's incredible.
Through left out boiled wheat.
Wow.
And a need for people to not have impure thoughts.
Is that it?
No, I just thought it was a nice place to pause dramatically, so I did.
Yeah.
So Will Keith Kellogg, who it turns out is Mr. Kellogg, he wanted to add sugar and make them taste better because he wasn't an idiot, and commercially viable products tend to taste good rather than be healthy and boring. But John Harvey, the culty spa leader, nut, was horrified because he thought sweetening it... I can't even get through it. He thought sweetening it would encourage sexual arousal. So they fell out.
Wow.
They had an argument, they fell out, and in 1906 they split completely. Massive family feud over the sugar issue.
Wow.
Yes. So William Keith, WK, founded the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company, which is the forerunner of Kellogg's.
Where are they now then?
Well, they don't exist anymore. They are now Kellogg's, and began mass producing sweetened cornflakes.
Yeah.
John Harvey, the culty leader, sued over the use of the family name, but the court sided with Will because he'd already built his cereal empire, and he was a bit like, tough.
Cereal empire.
He's got a cereal empire. They never spoke again. Probably meant that the crazy one, John Harvey, was probably wandering around thinking, I don't want to talk to him. He's full of impure thoughts and sugar.
Well, I'm now thinking of Puma and Adidas.
Very similar, yeah. So William Keith went on to become a food industry legend, while John Harvey faded into obscurity with his yogurt enemas. Just took them off and did whatever it is he wanted to do to them.
Good grief.
So obviously they split in, 1906? Did I say 1906? I did. 1915 introduced Corn Flakes, the first high-fibre cereal.
They've been going for that long.
1923 hired the first dietitian in the food industry, emphasising nutrition in product development. So he wasn't completely against the whole health start. He just, didn't want it to taste like crap. 1938 opened the first UK factory in Trafford Park, Manchester, marking international expansion.
Oh my goodness.
That is how long it's been around. Wow. 1950s, they launched the iconic cereals like Special K and Frosties. Wouldn't call Special K iconic, but anyway. 1964 introduced Pop-Tarts.
Well, it's memorable though, isn't it?
That's true.
The most important thing.
Pop-Tarts in 1964, revolutionising convenience breakfast.
Good grief, that's amazing. It's not surprising that a lot of people probably wouldn't have even realised that it was an American company.
No. It seems very British. I don't know why. But then so does marmalade. Have you ever eaten a Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
What flavour?
Oh, I don't know. Raspberry or something like that.
Did it have white with sprinkles on the top?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I am. Don't eat them anymore. They're very sugary now. You
They
can still
were
get
then.
them. There was a cafe in London called the Cereal Killer Cafe, but cereal spelt Cereal, and you could get every cereal known to man, even the cereals you can't get anymore. Like there were, what are those ones that used to be shaped like little four-leaf clovers? Lucky Charms.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right. No, weren't they called Lucky Charms because they had little
leprechauns?
No, they had little
they did,
sugary pieces in.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, either way, you could get those, you could get Pop-Tarts, you could get all sorts. You could get alcohol with it. It was quite a nice place. Quite impressed.
And alcohol.
Alcohol and Pop-Tarts, yeah. What a great combination. So anyway, Kellogg's operates in over 180 countries with products tailored to regional tastes, which does make sense because like Americans eat more sugar. Because of the impure thoughts. They acquired brands like Pringles in 2012 to diversify their offerings, and in 2023 split into two entities, WK Kellogg Company, which is North American cereals, and Kellanova, which is snacks and international cereals. Very specific. One assumes that was for some kind of clever financial reason rather than anything else. They were the first ones to pioneer cereal boxes in 1909 with the Funny Jungleland moving picture books. So the characters and things like that. They created all the memorable mascots like Tony the Tiger and Snap Crackle and Pop, the chaps off of the cereal box.
Did they pioneer the little gifts in the boxes as well? To encourage kind of pester power? Because
I couldn't find that in my research, but they were very much known for their marketing to children with their sugar and their characterisation, so it wouldn't surprise me. Used to love finding those. Used to get those little ones you put on your bike wheels, the spoke things, that when they went round they all glowed. Anyway, they sponsored major events, including providing breakfast for the Apollo 11 astronauts in 1969.
Brilliant.
That is a genius piece of marketing. Although I'd have been hungry if I just had freaking cornflakes to go to space. However, there are some controversies.
I was just going to say, is there a dark side?
There is a dark side. You know I have a dark side. So in 2009, Kellogg's was forced to pull ads claiming that frosted mini wheats improved kids' attentiveness by nearly 20%. What they were basing that on, I have no idea.
A small study group.
Sat down 5 kids and one seemed quite attentive after eating them. In 2010, they claimed Rice Krispies boosted immunity, again without any scientific evidence.
It was without scientific evidence because they have
they do they have B12 and they have various. A lot of them are fortified. Yeah. So I suppose one could have said in a tenuous way the boost. Let's say one of them was fortified with vitamin C. Maybe they made that small step from fact to inference.
To a claim, yeah.
And were told not to. The Federal Trade Commission stepped in both times, finding them and ordering them to corrective action, so removing the claims.
Is that the FDA that stepped in? Food and Drink?
No, Federal Trade Commission.
Federal Trade Commission, right. Okay.
The brand has always been heavily criticised for promoting cereals with super sky-high sugar content like Fruit Loops and Frosties directly to kids, using bright colours, cartoon characters and mascots. I mean, you're marketing a product, you go for the audience that's going to get it sold. So yes, it's not great, but at the same time, how else do you sell your product?
The parents buying it, the kids seeing it on the telly. Oh, let's pass to power.
It's kind of normal. That's how you sell stuff. I don't really.
Unfortunately, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, it's not strictly ethical, but
it's not unethical. It's just. Yeah. I mean, toys are marketed at children, so children ask for them. That's not unethical.
Put a toy in a box of cereal.
It's just your marketplace. Nutritionists and parents argued that the company was contributing to childhood obesity while simultaneously pretending to promote a wholesome breakfast.
I remember that.
It's a funny one. So I remember my brother went loopy when he saw me feeding my kids Cocoa Pops for breakfast.
Did you really?
I was a bit like, I've got really active kids. Not being funny.
But they're burning it off as soon as they eat it.
Yeah, my kids are very over the top active. I'm just a bit like, and especially when you get to our age, sometimes I'll have a bowl of Frosties as a nice dry bowl of Frosties as a snack. I'll have a bowl of Frosties as a snack. I don't like milk.
What, really?
Yeah.
No, not what really you don't like milk, but you'd have a bowl of Frosties as a snack.
Yeah. Huh. Just me and a bowl of Frosties and a spoon. Obviously. My hands.
You actually use
I'm not an animal.
You actually use a spoon and a bowl. You're not just elbow deep in the packet.
I've done that before, yeah.
Oh, God.
But like...
Is that after a night on the Prosecco?
Yes. Is there any such thing as a wholesome breakfast? You eat too much toast for breakfast, you're eating too many carbs. Full English is full of fat. What is a wholesome breakfast anyway?
I don't know.
Possibly?
You're getting something down, you just start your day. I mean, flipping out, you need a little bit of sugar. You need something.
I mean, when I do the school run, I pass loads of kids eat packets of crisps for breakfast, and I'm like, that can't be good for you.
Yeah.
But someone also once told me, it was one of the football parents when I was at Abby's football match, and I was like, I really fancied like a bit of cake. She was like, well, why don't you eat one? I'm like, because it's breakfast time. She was like, you're an adult. Nobody can tell you not to. And since then, I've just taken that as my law.
And that's decades of suppression.
It is. You just believe that breakfast needs to be toast or cereal or something breakfasty. Sometimes I make breakfast for dinner. It's an all-day situation.
Oh dear.
Anyway, in 2021, over 1,400 Kellogg's workers went on strike across 4 US plants, protesting poor working conditions, long hours, and the company's plan to cut benefits and implement a two-tier wage system. And the strike lasted for months, and Kellogg's threatened to replace their workers permanently, a move that drew public backlash and calls for boycotts.
With what? Replace their workers with what?
Less moany ones, I can only assume.
Right.
Eventually a deal was reached, but the brand's image did take a bit of a hit.
I bet it did.
When you're trying to promote yourself as a wholesome breakfast, you kind of get the implication that the company's wholesome, and we're like, we don't really want, we don't want to pay you. Just get on with it.
Yeah.
And cereal isn't what it used to be. Cereal was always the go-to breakfast. That is what people had for breakfast. It's not really the case as much anymore. It's not quite the cultural thing it was. Changing eating habits, low-carb diets, the rise of high protein breakfast, intermittent fasting means that the cereal market share is shrinking. And in response, Kellogg's...
And cereal brands have proliferated as well, so there's been an entire fragmentation across the entire
industry. And of course,
industry.
You talk own brands in supermarkets as well.
Absolutely
You've got, say, Crunchy Nut Cornflakes.
My kids used to despair when I'd be picking
own brand
cornflakes, and they would want the real thing, you know.
Well, in our house, there's a thing. So, like Crunchy Nut Cornflakes, massively popular in our house. But, like, we all know that the Tesco own brand are good, but the Aldi own brand aren't. So there's like some kind of secret chart somewhere that I don't know about that lists, and it goes for everything. It's not just cereal, it's biscuits, it's everything. You know exactly where the good own brands are and the not so, and that's good subjectively.
There will be a spreadsheet out there somewhere.
Oh, probably, yeah. So Kellogg's are seeing declining sales.
How interesting. Does that mean they're constantly seeking
yes, so they have diversified. Like with the purchase of Pringles, they're trying to move into snack foods more, so they're not just cornering breakfast. They're kind of, well, you could be cornering breakfast with a Pringle, I suppose, but they're cornering more eating points during the day.
But the savoury end of the market.
Yeah. And, you know, as I said, they split the company, one half focus on snacks and global markets.
This is stuff I didn't know. I really didn't know about. I didn't know they were actually losing market share. It never crossed my mind that they would be losing market share because their standout on the shelf is still really high.
And they are still the go-to. Yeah. You know, we still talk about Cornflakes, we still talk about Crunchy Nut, we still, you know, all those brands.
They've had some very high-profile advertising campaigns recently.
But what did you eat for breakfast when you were growing up?
It was cereal. It was mostly cornflakes. It was cornflakes.
And what do you eat for breakfast now?
Protein shake.
Exactly. Your eating habits have changed. You're just one person. I used to, when I was growing up, always had Frosties dry. Don't like milk. Said that before. And now I will have poached eggs on toast or a protein shake or forget to eat breakfast. That too. So, it has changed. Cereal sales dropped 10% globally in the 2010s, which is when they started restructuring and buying the brands. The sales are still declining year on year, 2 to 3% every year. So it's how sustainable is the marketplace?
2 to 3% every year.
It's a lot.
That's staggering. When you think that their territory has increased to 100 and how many countries?
I'm not saying that's not reversible or stoppable. And I'm not saying there's not a plateau at which they will reach the point where there is still a hardcore cereal eating middle ground that they can still cater to. That is still possible. I'm just saying that at the moment it is a very steady decline.
God, isn't it amazing? There's stuff that you just don't stop and think about.
Okay, so would cereal even have existed
were it not for the health spa?
Well, yeah,
Sanitarium.
I'm not saying that there weren't breakfast options like oats, porridge oats and stuff.
Yep.
That's been around way longer.
Yep.
But a commercially viable, mass-produced cereal would have existed if crazy culty spa leader, half of the Brotherhood, hadn't left.
Eventually.
Would someone eventually?
Because everything else is a me too, isn't it? After all, they're all the variation on the thing.
Crunchy Nut is they took a cornflake and put some nuts and honey on it. Yeah. So they're all iterations of this starting point of a mistake. Would it have existed? What would we all be eating for breakfast? Porridge. I hate porridge. Don't like the texture. I'd be very hungry.
Like a flapjack though, which
is
basically porridge in.
But it's solid.
In bar form.
No, I don't like porridge because it's a bit like a bowl of soup. It's that texture. Whereas a flapjack is solid and that feels safe to me. I'm very fussy about food. Yeah. But I don't know if cereal would exist today if it weren't for accidentally leaving out some, let me get the exact term correct. Where's it gone? What did we leave out in the... Oh no, that's not the front page. A batch of boiled wheat. Would Kellogg's have existed? Would cereal have existed today? Would we all be eating cake for breakfast?
That accident probably would never have happened.
There you go.
Wow.
2 brothers, culty spa leader, guy who liked sugar and it didn't make him horny. Boiled wheat.
Multi-billion.
Cake for breakfast. Here's where we are.
Yeah. Excellent.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kellogg's. Apostrophe S. Thanks.
Thanks for supporting us by downloading and listening to this episode.
And a massive thank you also to Donnie, Emily, Nat and Lewis and the BTD Studios for all your expertise in bringing our podcasting dream to reality.
We'd love it if you commented on this episode, as we'd really like to know what you think and what you might like us to cover in future episodes.
And we'll see you on the next one.